Hey gentlemen, how you doing? It's Johnny Berba. Yeah, I have a few words I want to share with you. I don't really have a particular title for this video. I suppose this video could go under many different titles. One of the names that comes to mind is criticism, jealousy, fear, violence, love, forgiveness, honesty, congruence, integrity, being a man of your word, insecurity. That's the title for this video. This is what I feel, and this is what I want to talk about. Just to remind you guys, I had a great day today. If anyone cares, I'm sure you do. The people who care about me do, and the people that don't, they're not bothered either. I had a really good day today. I've had a nice day, and I've noticed lately, and I did expect this. I am excited by it, and I'm excited. I'm not surprised. And I guess it's made me react. I've been getting a lot of criticism lately. Oh, it was expected. When you become successful, or when you're on the path to becoming successful, which I consider myself successful, I achieved everything that I set out to achieve 3 years ago. So I'm a successful man in my own right. Now, of course, it's only human nature. People get threatened when you're honest, when you're good at what you do, and you speak your mind and you speak the truth, and people can see that a lot of other people believe in what you're doing. You've got a platform, you've got a strong following, and there is a real strong message in your work. It's no bullshit, it's honest, it's not perfect, but that's what makes it beautiful. It's honest, it hits the heart, it resonates with people, and you're providing proof. So people don't really have a leg to stand on. So what do people do? They project their insecurities, their frustrations at themselves, the things that they can't achieve in their life, and they start attacking people. And the less successful will attack the more successful. Interestingly enough, what I find very amusing, highly amusing, and highly pathetic, to be careful and kind, is that always the people that criticize me, they never, ever have got they never got the honor to say it to my face in person. It's always online, it's always comments, criticism, forums. And when I see these same very people in central London or in London, they can't look me in the eye and they can't speak to me. They can't come up and say the same thing that they said online. Isn't that interesting? What does that tell you? Well, it tells you that they're complete fucking cowards. That's what it tells you. Sorry my French, I get passionate sometimes. It's the Irish in me. So, what's my response to it? My response is to continue what I'm doing. My response is to continue to offend you. I don't go out of my way to offend people. My work and my message is really about helping men that suffer social anxiety, helping men that are insecure, helping men to love themselves. I know that can sound a bit spiritual, it can sound a bit vague, but that's exactly what my work is about. And that is projected in the philosophies, the principles, the practical exercises that I demonstrate in my YouTube videos, going out, socializing with women, attracting women, teaching students how to do it, overcoming social anxiety, managing social anxiety, not being ashamed of social anxiety, because I've still got social anxiety. I just manage it to such a degree, I'm a confident man. So that's the difference. I'm confident with my social anxiety. I know exactly who I am, which has taken me a long time, but better to know who you are at 32 than to never have known who you are and die missing out. Because I believe that's a man's journey, is to figure out who he is. And we can go into that in another video. So I'm really happy with who I am. I'm really happy. I know I don't smile that much. People say, my mum used to say that, you need to smile more, Jonathan. I agree. But my happiness is it's within, and I'm just straight-faced. I'm a very dedicated, motivated, self-motivated man who's got a passion and a drive and a hunger to help the suffering, especially the men that went through what I went through, that were bullied, that were damaged when they were younger. Their father was strict on them, their mother was strict on them, maybe they didn't get as much love as they needed. The insecure men that got bullied at school. I'm also helping the bullies, because I have to be honest, it's never comfortable to admit it live on the YouTube in front of everyone. I was not a nice man when I was younger because of how I was treated. I was a bully. I was two-faced, I was a cheat, I was a liar, I was aggressive, I used to intimidate men, and I wasn't nice to women, I was not nice at all. I wasn't nice to anyone, because how I was treated. I didn't trust anyone. I didn't trust my friends, I didn't trust my family, I didn't trust women, I didn't trust my own emotions, I didn't trust my own decisions. I couldn't do simple mundane things like fucking wash a pair of socks out. Everything frightened me, and it made me incredibly violent. And so I'm not intimidated by a few unkind words on the internet. I'm really not fucking intimidated by any of it. I've had people try to stab me, put knives in me. I've had my head smashed through a window at school. I've had people kick the shit out of me. Sorry to use such gross language. I don't mean to sound violent in what I'm saying. I'm just explaining what I've experienced and what I've been through. I have battered people with my hands. I've obliterated people all around the school playground, in my area. I've been in the boxing gym, in the boxing ring. I've been in so much violence, and I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. And I'm not a violent person anymore, but I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm not afraid of the criticism. I'm not afraid for people to say to me, this guy Johnny Berba doesn't know what he's talking about. Or I'm not afraid when people criticize me and say some really personal things. And sorry, I apologize for the language. I'm just repeating back what people have said. Johnny Berba's a cunt. I'm not afraid to be called a cunt. I'm not afraid to be called a phony or a fake or whatever you want to call it, because I know the truth, because I live with the truth every single day. I know the honesty of my work, I know what I've achieved, and I'm not intimidated by any of it. My message to the haters and the criticism is you're giving me free inspiration. You're giving me free inspiration, because I'm that type of person. That's how I was. When I was younger, my dad frightened me so much that I was so frightened that I couldn't get any more frightened. When I used to walk through my area, I lived in a very rough area. When I'd leave my house when I would leave my house and go outside, I had massive anxiety. Some days I thought I'm going to die today. That sounds extreme, that is the truth, because I could have died. I was going out, I had gangs coming down the area trying to kill me, and it made me so vicious, so insecure. And an insecure man, a scared man, is a dangerous man. So a lot of people were frightened of me, as I said. All my friends were afraid of me. Even my own mum was scared of me. My mum was scared of my temper, because I had a lethal, violent temper. And I wasn't the kind of person I didn't have the emotional control. I wasn't an intellectual. I didn't know how to speak my way out of trouble or have a friendly debate. I used my hands, I used my violence, and I had a vicious, violent temper because my father was vicious and violent towards me, and the schooling was vicious and violent. The kids would bully me. My area was vicious and violent, so I was a reflection of everything that was in my life. So I've got a first-class honour degree in violence and being around violence and being around fear and anxiety and male insecurity, because you're looking at an ex-violent, insecure, jealous, two-faced, backstabbing, horrible man. But I'm no longer that person. You're now looking at an honest man with integrity, a God-serving man, a loving man, not perfect by no means, but a very decent person who does not go behind people's back and say one thing, to meet someone and say good things and to go behind their back and say other things. I'm not that type of person. I'm the type of man, if I've got something to say, I'll tell you to your face. I won't tell you over the internet on Facebook, and I won't tell you on YouTube, or I won't send you an email with a different name. I'll say it to you from a place of kindness, and I'll tell you to your face. I'll say, this is what I think, and I think it's wrong. Most times I won't even say it, because I'm so kind and so considerate, and I know what it's like to be bullied and be a bully, and I'm not a bully anymore. I probably just will use silence. I'll let you work it out. So that's what God made me do. God made me coach and heal and mend the bullies. I don't mean that literally, like I'm going out and I'm coaching the bullies, but to some degree I am, because I always bump into them and I always have genuine, nice, sincere conversations with them, and it's completely changed the energy. I also work occasionally with people that are like myself, that were bullied at school, that bullied back, that are decent, lovely people. They're just frightened. So they're putting up a protective personality. They've observed that personality. They're fully aware that they're not being themselves. And that's why my work is so important. And I think my work offends people because it's the truth and it's honest and it cuts out all the bullshit. It's not an ebook. It's not full of material. It's not something we speak about. It's not something that we intellectualize about. I show the proof. Some people still can't handle when you show proof. They'll still deny it. They'll choose to see what they want to see. But like I said, don't want to please everyone. Of course, there's always a part of us, myself, that it would be nice if everyone liked me, if everyone thought what a great guy I was. But that isn't possible. And I'll be a people pleaser, which I'm not. I'm not a people pleaser. I'm not a backstabber. I'm a very kind, honest, decent human being who's changed from how I used to be in the past. But I'm not intimidated. The only man I'm afraid of, if I'm being really honest, is God. I'm God-fearing. And I don't exactly know who the man is, God. This is what I feel. I felt it since I was a kid. But I'm not frightened of any man. The only man I used to be afraid was my dad. I was terrified of my dad. And now I'm not frightened of my dad. And I love my dad. And we were rebuilding our relationship, and I had a conversation with him. So he was the only man I was really frightened of. That's why to be straight, that's why I battered a lot of men. I battered men that came near me. And I lived dishonest for a long time. And I got tired of bullshit. I got tired of pretending. And my whole idea of what it is to be a man completely changed. It completely changed for me. Especially when I started to look at my role models, look at people like Mike Tyson. I mean, Tyson wasn't my role model in the sense when he was boxing, but he became one of my teachers and role models later towards his career, especially when he started to cry and show vulnerability. I was really touched by that. Because I've got a different take on being a man. Yes, being a man should be a leader and all that, but that's taken to the extreme. When it comes from the insecure place, and if you want to see that, you've only got to look in the pickup community to see the level of male insecurity, where people have got no fucking idea who they are. They've got no fucking idea who they are. They've got no idea. There's 60 people, they're dishonest, they don't trust their own wingman, and they're liars, they're cheats, and they're backstabbers. But I've got to be careful when I say that, because I was exactly like that 3-4 years ago. That's why I decided to come away from this and to sharpen up my integrity and say enough is enough. Enough of the schoolboy errors. Enough of trying to shag women to impress you guys. Enough of going behind women's back, jumping out the window and cheating on girlfriends because I'm an insecure, frightened, scared little insecure man who can't deal with the repercussions of his own karma, which was he was bullied when he was younger, he bullied other people, he lied, he cheated and he stole. Life started to give that back to him and he couldn't deal with it no more, and he became a crybaby. But the good thing was when I became a crybaby, I found the true man in me, because real men cry when it's appropriate, of course, in a private room where you're not a burden to anyone else and no sympathy seeking thank you. So quite frankly, I couldn't give a shit what people think about me, although I really thoroughly love the people that support me and love me and they know who they are. But I'm never going to stop. You won't stop me. You can't stop me. Only God can stop me. So I've dedicated my whole life to helping healing insecure men. And that's why I'm so happy with what I'm doing. I couldn't give a crap about the money. I couldn't give a crap about being the best seducer. I'm not the best seducer. I'm not the best seducer. I'm not. There's loads of people in the dating industry that are much better at sleeping with women than me. Far better than me, and they've slept with more women. But I am the best man in the industry at teaching men how to be honest and live with integrity and find self-love. And that's the most powerful thing you can teach a man. Because when you learn that, and you have self-love, which I do have, and you're confident, you're secure, you have choice to everything. I'm going to say a few words, and I hope people don't think I'm arrogant. And I'm sorry, Mum, because I know, Mum, you don't like it when I praise myself. You said it's not for me to praise. Self-praise is no praise. I love you, Mum. Like the saying says, everything I am, I owe to my mother, which is so true. My mum and my dad, they've helped me to be who I am. But I'm going to disagree with that. I'm going to say self-praise is all praise. I'm a very beautiful, handsome, attractive man. I've got abundance of women. I've got a massive choice of women. Women absolutely love me. They love me because I love women. I've got no self-hate anymore. I don't hate women, I don't objectify women, I don't cheat on women, I'm not unkind to women. I'm a man of love. I'm full of love. I love women, but I don't cheat on women anymore. I'm just looking for one woman. I'm dating a woman at the moment. She's very beautiful. I respect her. She likes me. And she could be the woman for me. And I'm excited because I'm going to see on Valentine's Day. It's my 4th date. And I feel good, man. I feel good to share this with you guys. I feel good to share it. And I might cry on camera. I thought about doing that as, what do you call it? They did it years ago in Buddhism. They would, I've gone blank. See, this is my social anxiety coming back. Isn't that exciting? Social anxiety demonstrated on camera for everyone to see. That is very inspiring. It's almost like a campaign, when they do campaigns, peace campaigns. I thought about going on camera, but I can't get the emotions, I'm too happy. And just to cry, just to show men to, just to fucking wrap up. That's what my dad used to say. That's the word he used to say. I don't like some of the unkind things he said to me, but some of it now is having a lot of relevance in my life, because my dad was my best teacher. My dad is the one who taught me about fear. My dad is the one that taught me how to handle violent men, because my dad was a violent man, so is his son. But my dad was a very honest man. My dad is a very good man, a man with integrity, a hard-working man, the type of person that will tell you to your face if he's got a problem. He's not going to go behind your back. A kind man. I remember my dad done the most kindest thing I've ever seen. Where we were living, there was a family, a disruptive family. They put their kid out on the corridor, left him crying hungry. My dad took him into our home, fed him food.